Here's that nice little group of thunder eggs from Winston's saddle near Castle Mountain that we are going to cut and reveal. And it's a nice group. Nice group. Hello, welcome to the Evolution, and I just got done playing a little bit of round of golf, and I had kind of a good time. Little wind noise out here, not bad. Remember, we're not in a studio. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna play around. I'll show you. We're gonna be cutting some thunder eggs from Winston's little saddle, and we're gonna cut them and reveal them and hey, have a little good time with them. So thank you so much. The channel just keeps growing, but the viewing hours are skyrocketing, and I just love it when I look and there's only so many views, but yet most of the people actually watch the majority of the video. It's wonderful. And and I've only had to bend, but I haven't had to sell myself. This has been a neat adventure, and we're gonna mix this up. We're actually gonna have a little night vision following cutting these rocks. I'll film a few of these thunder eggs in the Mitchell Vice, and hopefully everybody actually really enjoys the reveals. I am looking at those analytics all the time, and that's what it really intrigues me. So I love doing the artwork. I love playing with the thumbnails, things of that nature. There's a lot of things about a channel that a person who gathers rocks for fun, enjoy the day. But to do a channel, there's a lot more to it. If you do a channel just to show friends and family, which I thought I was doing, but I don't have this many people within my family. Now, the first one we're going to cut is this one right here. We're going to stay off of that window, and we will go probably dead through it, just to see how difficult that is. Look at all the matrix in that. So let's see just what in the world we produce with this one. Now look at the weird shape that is, but look how beautiful that little vise holds that together. Pretty interesting, huh? This little cupcake will actually just cut, pretty much we've got that one little window right there, but I still think the best thing to do is just cut her dead center. So a little cupcake, I might have to touch that one window right on the end there, but we'll see what we come up with. Now that one, I just want to face it. We got old Covington Jr. in the background, but I'm just going to take a face on that one. This one, keep your fingers crossed. Hey, Covington Jr. just got done with his. I don't know how you'd cut some of this material without these clamps. But I'm going to cut it just like that. We're going to put her in Covington Jr. And here's another nice piece. And it's just so beautiful. See how that camera does? You know, it just keeps on going. It keeps on going, and it's going to have my interest. If I can just keep finding more and more material. Hey, this is the most beautiful petrified wood I've ever found. And you know me, you watch any of these episodes, I've hung up on petrified wood. It's hard to find. I don't like cutting my petrified wood. But for a bonus, I think we will take this one. And we will trim this bottom so it can be on display. We'll see just how. Now for a display piece, we're going to cut that one and we're going to remove its face. Let's see what we'll come up with. But I like what I've been seeing. Now this one right here, I don't have the greatest of expectations. Nothing really identifying it on the outside. Got that one window. Let's see what that does. That's old Covington Sr. humming in the background. I got him doodling up. Sure don't like cutting petrified wood, but this is the Agati's flashback. So let's see what in the world we come up with there. The evolution style. Like I said, the old table here, that's a person that's a happy camper when he's got a table that's looking like that. Oh, wow. Anyway, evolution style. Well, you'll recognize those. And we will go with what I feel is the least nice one. Hard to choose from when you get to look in there. We got a lot of cut material and the nice agatized wood. All right. So the first one is the last one, is this one. We just did a face on it. As you can see, we're pretty fractured. Got some contaminant. Not a very good piece. So we go like this, and it continued on with those fractures. So enough being said about that poor one. It may deserve another cut. I was hoping for a lot better. And we'll see just how this lighting works, because I might get the hankering for this nighttime reveal. I can already tell that the lighting is definitely more interesting to some degree. So that one will be removed. Now I would have to say that the next in line would be this one. This one had that window, and it's kind of interesting in its own way, but it's got that little jersey pocket up at the top there. But we're getting spoiled here on the evolution. She's not bad, not bad. Don't want anybody mad at me. But that is the next in line. So we must have something pretty decent in here. I would say the third. So we have this one, this one, this one, this one, and of course the wood. Well, next in line is this. Now this one definitely has the look of what you would call a classic thunder egg. The fractures are very minimal. It's got a kind of a nasty little calcite right there to be picking on it. But the calcidium is actually quite translucent. I mean, look how thick that is, but look how far in that window shines in that. Interesting. But it doesn't really have that neat of a design. Like I said, we're getting fussy here. We've got these that look like neat little floating fortification that's sitting there. I want to see if this Camera will hang in there. But very translucent, but no real catchy design. So, all right. Now we're getting down to the finalists here. We'll start jumping the focus. Well, I would have to say that it would be this one. Now, this one's a really interesting looking nodule on the outside, but I didn't dare cut it lengthwise. With the matrix stuff, I just didn't know how solid these thunder eggs would be. It's new material to me. Well, look at that. Look at how you would not even guess that it would. That is a very, very pretty agate. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And look at how thunder eggish and all the matrix that's piled and pounded in that and not have a bunch of fractures. I'd have never guessed that. Okay. Well, I would have to say that we're going to give that credit for size. So here we have this nodule here come out of Winston's Thunder Egg deposit. And again, look how pretty that is. I mean, I would have never thought in a million years. Million years! Maybe that's what it took to make this. I don't know. But there's no fractures. There's no fractures at all. It blows my mind. How is this possible when you have nodules that look tough as nails? You have material like this that seems to be fragile in nature, and there's no fractures. So we are down to this one. Now remember, we cut this and faced it. And here we go. Now, how in the world did that not have a fracture? Not one fracture's in that. It's got that nice floating fortification right there. But look at the translucency of this. And there's no fractures. Look at the blues. There's violets. You got your water lining. The only thing that could make this more precious would be a more pronounced fortification at the top here. But that is just neat as could be. Look how pretty that thing is. So out of, like I said, it's all in the eyes of the beholder because it's a stiff competition tonight. Look at that. But yet, where are the fractures? Where are they at? They're non-existent. I can't understand it for the life of me. I can't understand where and why there's no fractures in this material. Would you quit being bubbles? I mean, look at that. There's just no fractures. I just hope the footage gives it justice. All right, well, I could probably stare at those all night long, but I probably have lost every click monster known to man by now, and woman. So, Like I said, it was a close competition tonight. There's a few of them that got faded right out real quick, but beautiful. A little bit of a signature going on, I can see. But definitely gorgeous material. Even the hill itself. Okay, now, oh, I hated cutting on my petrified wood, agatized wood, but you want to wait till you see this. That's my favorite, and I'm sticking to it. And every person that loves cabochon, look at that material. It is absolutely does not have a fracture in that. That flash, that's just coming straight off from the saw. Can you believe that? Look how pretty that is. And here's the piece. Then there's the bottom. I knew it. I knew it. It was one of those fist pumping moments. And it wasn't too far gone. Look at the banding. Maybe some people could give me a little clue on potentially what type of wood this is. I just knew it had agate, but it hadn't went too far. When they go too far or incomplete, they just don't hold that kind of beauty. So I hope you've enjoyed this. But that is one fierce competition. As you can see with the evolution, how a little piece of chalcedonian probably isn't going to do it anymore. This keeps going and going and going. We're going to have to set some high bars. But thank you so very much for subscribing, for being such wonderful people. Now, so my mama never raised no fool. I had to change shirts. Can't get the mineral oil on the golfing shirt. No. Maybe, for special occasions I'll wear decent attire, but can you believe that agatized wood? Ooh, beautiful. Well, the departing words. If you hang in here this long, you'll. I have picked up a shadow, and I'll give one hint. It's, hey, this is what my coordinates are. I will never do that to anybody that gives me any type of information whatsoever, because easy come, easy go. And being a tournament bass fisherman like I was in the past, I know when shadows exist. I wish I could show so much more of the background, landscapes and stuff. I have a tough time just making it interesting because the shadows will get, but the worst thing about the shadows, see, we got shadows. Look at the shadows around me. It's part of the reason why I did it this way. I have to be careful because if I do, remember, the stance of the evolution is, unless there is special circumstances, no claims on public land. Private's completely different. So I can't accidentally prospect for somebody who would put a claim in an area. Oh, that would infuriate me. Well, it could happen very easily. We've got to somehow change these regulations. to make it to where people don't try to. Hey, I don't blame a person for trying to create a business, things of that nature, but to shut down a use on public land, that's a pretty tough one for me to swallow. So, but I'm watching, like just like those old beautiful analytics and the click monsters and all that. But I'm watching those shadows. And but believe me, subscribers have made it this long. Thank you so very much. And I won't let you down. You take care. Please comment. I know you've subscribed if you made it this far, but I could always use more wonderful subscribers. Please share me out. Be wonderful. That's not selling me out. That's sharing. So you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your day, rest of your life. Take care.